I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Mike Pence, that smooth operator and sex machine that can only have dinner with another woman if his wife is there. He's the Amish James Bond. You know it, and I do. Well, he was almost killed on January 6th. Maybe that's why he kind of denies January 6th ever happened. Trauma denial. It's hard to face that people that voted for you also want you dead. Pence said recently that one day in January doesn't represent the 70 million Trump voters. Yeah, but Trump did represent them. See, Mike, the problem, however, is not the criminals that attacked the Capitol, but the criminals that created the criminals that attacked the Capitol. Mike Pence believes it was an unfortunate day, a tragic day in history. The media is using it to distract from Joe Biden's failed agenda. Distract? Okay, Mike, listen. Mike, do they sound distracted? In fact, they seem kind of focused on hanging Mike Pence. So let's talk about Biden's failed agenda. Joe Pop Biden took over on January 20th. He's been in office roughly 270 days. And in those 270 days, he mobilized the country and we got 200 million people vaccinated. And worldwide, there are 6.2 billion with shots in arms. Since Joe Pop Biden took over, we've added 4.5 million new jobs. When the fat loser guy left, the economy was tanked due to him dropping a deuce in his Tempur-Pedic over the COVID crisis. Trump was the first president since Hoover to leave with a net job loss. That's right, 3 million more unemployed. And Mike Pence, you were his backup. Biden's ended our war in Afghanistan. It wasn't perfect at all, and we lost 13 soldiers. But those soldiers were part of the reason no one else died, except for the innocent family we predator droned. However, we got 140,000 people out in the biggest, most successful wartime airlift in history. And as good and as bad as leaving Afghanistan was, Biden administration took responsibility for the mistakes, which is something sweet potato Hitler never did. And yesterday, today, and tomorrow, no troops are going to die fighting in a hellish foreign desert for absolutely no reason. Also, after hearing about Infrastructure Week for 4 years from Fat Orange,
Infrastructure, 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 infrastructure.
We actually now have a bill for the Republicans to block.
After years and years of Infrastructure Week, we're on the cusp of an infrastructure decade that I truly believe will transform America.
We have a bill to protect voting rights and a bill to rebuild our country. We currently have a select committee that subpoenaed the clown car of insurrectionists, the Larry, Mark Meadows, the Curly, Dan Scavino, and the Mo of these three stooges, Steve Bannon. And I know they're going to refuse to appear. And if Merrick Garland can grow a pair and arrest these treasonous, seditious morons, we may actually save democracy. And as of September, Biden has had 6.5% GDP growth. So, when it comes to Pop's failed agenda, I just got to say, at least he, A, has an agenda, and B, if this is failure, give me more of that failure. And C, if that's failure, what was the last 4 years? I'd like to close with this.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Or,
Imagine a true nationally coordinated plan where we spare no expense so our schools have the resources they need to reopen with full health and safety protocols in place. Imagine every small business getting a restart package that helps cover the cost of installing plexiglass, providing PPE, and more to minimize the risk of exposure for customers and workers. Imagine our older Americans and people with disabilities having the peace of mind that comes with trusting that the public health system is working for them. Imagine, instead of staying locked up in their rooms, they're able to hug their grandchildren or those who they love and haven't been able to see.
do you see the difference? I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Fucking failure. Yeah, your hair is a failure, Mike. Fuck! Spit out my gum. Hi, everybody. Christopher Titus Podcast. Oh, 2 in 1 week. Why is that? Well, because we care. We are going to do our second podcast this week. With me, as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Hylinder.
That could be only one.
No, you look like you've been drinking, man.
Really?
All right, yeah.
Allergies.
Yeah, it's bad.
Look at my under eyes.
What
Those
a great excuse for alcoholism. I have
giant welt.
allergies. That's what Don Jr. says.
To soberness.
Oh,
To
allergies.
sobriety.
And then he falls down some steps.
This I cover with makeup, so it doesn't make it any lower, but it just takes away the dark purple. So that's nice.
Well, you know, when it rains, it like kicks up everything.
Pours. It pours.
Yeah.
Yes. When it rains, it pours.
So
Yes.
between it rains, I have allergies. You could literally be just a raging drug addict, alcoholic, and
I
be,
am.
I have allergies.
This is spiked.
Yeah.
You vomited on everybody. Allergies.
I would like to draw attention to the new Titus T-shirt.
Oh
that
yeah,
he's
Titus
wearing.
T-shirt. Yeah, new Titus T-shirt, people.
I
Everybody,
was
look at 'em.
actually really blown away by how nice that is. I love how vivid
Yeah.
the colors
And
are.
I have no problem whoring our stuff on the podcast. So this is
No, but I love it.
This is zero side effects. And see, I'm getting injected, and it turned me into a zombie. Zero side effects. Boom.
And the back says,
The back says, now let's invent a vaccine for stupid.
This is what you looked like before the vaccine.
True.
So this is
exactly.
bringing you back.
So if you want to get those guys, go to ChristopherTitus.com. They're out there. Hylinder will set them out right away. For those of you that already pre-ordered, we are so sorry it took long. We had because you can see how the printing, I wasn't happy with the original printing, and this is perfect.
we had a snafu. We are eligible for our booster shot for Pfizer.
Do you know what snafu means, by the way? Can you what is
An
it?
oopsie.
No, what does it stand for?
Isn't it a military
Situation
acronym?
normal, all fucked up.
Yeah, that.
Like FUBAR.
Wait, FUBAR, I know.
Yeah.
Is this a branch thing? Because FUBAR I'm very familiar with.
Yep.
It's the Coast Guard.
Snafu.
I think it's,
You know, I have to do
it's for the
the
reserves.
National Guard.
So we're gonna do a quick break in a minute because I got to do an interview. But I have
He's
to
very
set up Zoom.
popular.
I have to set up Zoom.
We have to tell you guys, you don't have to set it up. You can just click their link. We have to tell you guys, importantly, why he's doing so much press this week is this releasing on Friday or is it releasing early to promote?
We can let's go early.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
The 8th, which is Thursday, St. Louis Helium Comedy Club, one show only. Getting close to sold out on that one, even though it just went on sale. The Friday, the 9th, is the Boondocks in Springfield, Illinois.
Sounds like a
And
place
then
where like the Irish mob's coming, doesn't it?
the
Yeah, yeah.
Saturday is the Irving Theater in Indianapolis. That just got moved to Saturday from Sunday. Much better night to come out and laugh at his new show. So what's been going on with you, Hylinder?
Did you guys know today
Talk
is-
amongst yourselves.
this-
I'm busy.
This is our 500th podcast. Did you know that?
No, say it ain't so.
Yes, it is.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
I mean,
that-
500.
Is that a professional
That's-
sound machine?
Thanks, in
Thank you,
studio
everybody.
audience.
Thank you. Thank you, all 11 of people that actually are listening.
We have real people in here. Thanks, everybody.
We really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Very nice.
Any other noises that might apply?
Let's go see the shows.
No,
So
that
that-
was
oh,
a
no.
thin
And buy a
thread.
T-shirt. What happened to you?
Oh, there
buy
you
a
go.
shirt.
Okay, okay.
Buy a T-shirt. Okay.
And
Wait, I have an idea.
yeah, but I can't find this thing I'm supposed to do in a couple
you know,
minutes.
professional people, they have a soundboard. And they have people who do
I like that we just went to the
sound
worst
effects.
Zoom morning show ever with like the shittiest sound
Titus and
effects.
Bradley in the morning.
But we waited until 500, and now we're going shitty.
Drive time.
We've been doing the hip, cool podcast, you know, getting edgy and stuff, and now we brought duck noises in. Yeah, Ray says something funny, quack. There you go, perfect. If you can find that,
I can. I'm a professional.
set it up.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, so Mike Pence is basically saying that that the whole January 6th thing, the media is focusing on it because they're trying to make 74 million Trump voters look bad. Oh my God, we suck now. We've actually crossed the line into suck. You watch
We've gone
now.
backwards.
Now we'll get a job. Now they'll be like, you guys are the best radio show ever. Podcast my ass. You guys are gonna do mornings in Springfield.
They're not there yet. You're early, so I'll do this in just a minute when it's time.
Okay, and then
I was on the way here. I just want to share this update about Facebook, even though we're not talking about Facebook, but now we are. The coder who created the algorithm for Facebook, who just wrote a book, called in or maybe he was on.
He was on
I was in the
CNN.
car. It felt like calling in.
Yeah.
And he was saying that the algorithm, so the whatever she is, the communications director, whatever, for Facebook. Okay.
Yeah. No, why can't that be every time I go on Facebook? I'd be happy with that noise.
That sounds like a
ahead.
boner. Why
This is
would
what
we
it's like.
have? Okay, that's Facebook. Okay.
That's what happens after a boner a lot of times.
Yeah, especially because you guys share them unwanted so often. So she said, "Hey, people can opt out of the algorithm. You know, the one that causes people to kill themselves and
No,
others."
you can't. You can't opt out of it.
She said you can opt out of it. And so the guy who created the algorithm said that he went and tried. And
So the guy who knows more than anybody how to do it because he
Yes.
built it.
he built the algorithm. So basically trying to get rid of what they choose, you see, and going to either chronological order or reverse chronological order. He clicked that option where he put it and then couldn't figure it out and had to go to the help center.
Oh my gosh.
And he said it took him over 5 minutes to figure it out. Exactly. And
I'm
then,
already annoyed by that one.
No, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. And then when he refreshed his feed, it went right back to the algorithm.
Really?
Yeah. So
wait, so you can't, so that you can opt out. So they have an option to opt out, but if you hit that option, it's not connected to anything.
it worked. When he finally had to go to the help center and get help, technical help,
But
and
then
then he refreshed his feed and it goes right back to the
It won't
algorithm.
stay.
Exactly.
So he's like, I guess all the users were right. Darn
And
it.
So how do you?
No,
if
this
it,
guy
If
was
it takes him 5
anti-Facebook.
minutes, how many does it take us to figure out? And then it goes right back anyway.
There's
So-
times I have to go, babe, I can't get my email open. Can you send me the code for the bank account? Like, yeah.
We're doing it right
Oh,
now.
right now. Is this
No,
on?
no.
Okay, all right.
I got
Sure.
this. Control center.
5 minutes to work to interview. We could actually.
Command
like,
center's got this under control.
all right.
So that was the Facebook update. It had nothing. That was our addendum to last week's Armageddon update.
This week, it looks like they've issued subpoenas to Bannon and to whoever, Corey Lewandowski, whatever scumbags
Is it
were
today
running
or
it.
tomorrow? Those are due.
I think they're due on the 6th. That's
Oh.
today.
Okay.
So they're supposed to be, and they're ignoring them. So
course.
I wonder if Merrick Garland, and I said it in the Armageddon update, is going to nut up.
He has to.
He got to arrest some fuckers. They can't find Corey Lewandowski, one of the guys. They can't find him.
So
They can't
under
serve him.
Trump, that was the first time where any of us saw government officials refusing to comply with, or anyone in general refusing to comply with a subpoena and nothing happening to them. And so by that going on, if he lets that happen, it's going to send a message that they can continue
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
They need to go and arrest them.
Yep.
Don't you think?
This was like,
I think the only way, someone, Don Winslow put out today,
You've got your glasses
he said
on.
consequences.
Looks so
He goes,
smart, and he takes
He goes, I miss consequences, and I miss justice. If we could just get consequences and justice back and see, because there's a lot, and these guys in the fucking insurrection are getting just like, what, 30
nothing.
like 30 days of like picking up garbage on the freeway? I think it's bullshit.
Well, he needs to do it because it's going to set a precedent for all these people, for Ivanka, for Jared.
Yeah.
And how can Republican or Democrat argue now that we have proof of refusing to comply with a subpoena?
I'm checking my computer audio. Okay.
I told you I'd get you on it. It's not time yet.
105, right?
Yeah, but it's 4 minutes away.
I get stressed.
Take your glasses off.
All right. So I need reading glasses, people, because I am of that age now. And I went back to get my eyes fixed again because I had laser surgery before it, which cleared it up. I've got one bad. I've got my pirate eye, which doesn't work at all. It might as well have a patch on it because I can't even really see you.
That's the eye I love in the morning, especially.
Yeah,
That's-
and then this eye's perfect. This eye's a fighter pilot eye.
Don't like that
I have
eye.
a fighter pilot eye, and then I got Mr. Magoo. That's the balance.
I don't like lefty. I like
when did
righty.
when did the bad one go bad?
It's always been bad since I was a kid.
Oh, but the LASIK didn't fix it.
It did for a while, and then they did it again, and it didn't fix it. And I went to the third time to the doctor, and he goes, "Do you work out a lot?" I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Do you stay in shape?" I go, "I try to." And he goes, "Well, what happened was, so with the laser, they take and they just basically laser the lens flat again,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So
They remove some tissue. Yeah.
Move it, so it makes it clear and perfect, and you're supposed to be able to see.
Yep.
Well, he said that because you're healthy, your body remembers where it was.
Oh, it was bench pressing
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
My eyes were doing Kegels. They said once they clear it, your eye grows back to what it was, like a wound.
Yeah.
So I might have to do PRK, which is where they peel off your lens and let it grow back.
That's That's the original one that they did for the military.
Yeah, and I get to wear eye patch for a while, so we
You
can play James Bond villain.
How long do you wear it?
I don't know. I think it's like 3 months for it to grow back.
You're really gonna be a.
I'm getting turtlenecks. I'm not going pirate. I'm gonna be turtlenecks and just hello. How's everybody? I'll speak with an English accent, but really low. Hello.
What's the
be a
what's the
Good morning.
veterinarian's name?
What?
Our vet's name?
Isaiah.
Israel.
Israel Swan.
Yes.
That's our vet's name. Doesn't he sound like a James Bond villain?
With a pipe.
Hello, I'm Israel Swan, Mr. Bond. So you've discovered my lair, but you won't discover what pain will be like for 5 minutes. So enjoy how good you feel right now, Mr. Bond.
Israel Swan just neuters grown men.
Exactly. I used to be a veterinarian in the San Fernando Valley, but one day I realized the balls I was cutting off are your best friends, so I've decided to cut off your balls, Mr. Bond.
Just one ball.
That would be
Like
the
my
worst
eyes.
If these
villain
guys sign
ever.
in, they're going to hear me. I hope they're not on. All right, I'm reading glasses back on for a second. All right.
You want me to help you?
Yeah,
Or
I
you-
think I'm on already. It's 104. I test computer audio. I should be on. We're waiting for host to start. Sign in to start this meeting, right?
to sound grumpy.
Here, you look at it. Here, see if it's right. It says it should be right.
They haven't started it yet.
It's 105.
It's 104.
Holy shit. It's 104.
That's a big difference.
I was way wrong. I was so
I
off.
know, but some people like me wait until 105 and 42 seconds.
like an eBay auction or something.
Yeah, I did that a couple times. Tried to buy something on eBay, just be like, oh,
And you're just like,
bonk.
30 seconds.
And there's 5,000 other people,
Yeah.
or a million other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whoever's
Did
got
you win it? You didn't win it.
I didn't win it.
Oh.
I didn't win it. The only thing I won off eBay was a car that I bought, and then when I got it was the bottom of it was rotted out so bad. It cost me more to fix it than it did the car cost.
I would think that you'd have to go there for car parts for some to get
Some of the
vintage
some of the older
stuff.
Yeah. eBay though is remember when eBay was like the coolest thing ever?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just like a thing. It's basically the thrifty nickel that you get a bid on stuff now. Remember when it was like the worldwide technology? Now it's like
Yeah. The fees are like crazy now.
Oh,
it's
is
like
it?
30% of your sale. I don't know what. It's pretty high though.
Craigslist, by the way, I like.
It's free.
Well, you have to meet somebody in a parking lot to buy anything.
Yeah, your life.
And you've got a sword on your back and you're holding a weapon. What do you got? No? Yeah? No, yeah, it's a barbecue, right? Just back away from it. Take it out of your truck. Looks all right. Here's your $80. You just wing it across the parking lot with change. Ka-ding, ka-ding. I was in freaking CVS. I'm just trying to buy gum, trying to rush her to get to the podcast because Ray's got an appointment and we've got to do this. And I walk into CVS where there's nobody ever.
Yeah.
15 people in line, and then everybody in front of me counted change out.
Oh my God.
It was like,
What?
It was like, lady goes,
Wait, was it when the
she goes,
retirees
how
were?
much?
Oh, yeah.
How much?
Yeah.
And then she goes, then I snap open, little purse. I go, what are we in the 30s? What just happened? And she goes, ka-ting. And
Well,
then
at least
she-
it wasn't like with a roll. They had to snap.
no,
and-
she pushed pennies across exactly, and
That's
then
so
put
cute.
a dime back, put 2 nickels.
They have plenty
I
of
like
time.
to keep my dimes. It's a Benjamin Franklin dime. They only made 4 of them. I don't know how it got in there. My cat finds them. And we back.
You went to do the interview, and it wasn't supposed to start for another 20
Yeah, so we worried about the interview. It didn't happen. It's going to happen 10 minutes from now. So in 10 minutes, we will be signing off again. But you won't know. There'll be no time because we actually time travel on this podcast. Mike Pence basically is saying that the insurrection, although it was a tragic day, the media is just using it to detract from Biden's failures, his failed policies. And I'm like,
Again.
I'm like, this motherfucker's been he's been in office 270 days. Here's what he's got done. We have almost 200 million people are vaccinated. This is in 270 days, 6.5% growth in the country. He's gave us 4.5 million jobs.
And compared to what? The Trump administration?
That's what I said. I go, agenda. They call
What are we
it
comparing this to?
At least he had an agenda. I said it in their podcast. At least he had an agenda. And then we got worldwide, like the world doesn't wake up, grab their phones and go, fire, no. We just wake up and go, oh, well, what's happening? Pop, still president.
Yeah,
he's
better.
still cool.
It's better.
Yeah, everything's good. Hurry's on his Peloton. He's gaining a little weight though. I think he's stressed. All the stuff that and Mitch McConnell has got to go. This dude, I just
6 more years.
But how do you just go, well, I'm just going to shut down the entire economy because I don't like that the Democrats beat us. They took the House, the Senate, and the White House, so fuck them. I'm just going to shut the entire. I got 30 million. My wife's a Chinese national. I can go back anytime I want.
Yeah, but does he have that cash or is it in the stock market?
So
He must have some protection if this does.
Well, that's all they do. Joe Manchin, all these guys are rich. Like, this is the problem with our government right now. Everybody in there, I think the lowest level guy is worth $1.5 million. That's the lowest level. You can survive an economic downturn.
And all their money is shielded, in some Swiss bank account.
On top of that, they wrote a law for themselves where they can actually insider trade. So all the stuff that goes through the government that they're hearing about, they can actually they can buy stock before it's released to the public. So there's a law now that it's okay for them to insider trade.
Was that a Trump thing? Was that
I think so. No, it was before that.
Well, but they're not supposed to use information that they get by being a congressperson to purchase stock.
Yeah, that's
which
really
Dianne
vague.
Feinstein did, and
I was on my day off.
Feinstein,
So
that's what I'm saying. All of them. And Feinstein, I'm
It
sorry.
wasn't just her. It was like 5 of them.
When you no longer can remember your name, you're out.
I think she knows her name.
Dianne Feinstein, maybe. A little shaky. When was the last time you saw her on camera talking? She's 80. She's almost 90, isn't she? She's almost 90 years old. It's time to go. Turn it over. But power is a drug, and everybody wants it.
it's gonna be a face swap video.
She's 88.
Yes.
She's grandma's age. She was born in 33.
Now, Grandma has got her wits about her more than Dianne Feinstein does. And Grandma's type. I'm just saying that, isn't there we should just put an age limit on it.
I'd put grandma in Congress.
If you
Wouldn't
get retirement at 65, are you kidding me?
Yeah, because she cares about people. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, there you go.
She's not going to make it.
She'll
though.
never make it. She'll
Right.
never make it.
Right.
So if
You can't have empathy.
mandatory retirement is 65, then Congress should be 65. You can no longer be in Congress after 65. It just seems fair. But they can do it. They can 90. I mean, Biden. I don't know. In this case, I say Biden. We needed Biden right now. We needed pop after psychopath. But I think if there should be a limit. If there's an age limit to be president, there should be one that age you have to be old enough to be this. There should be an age where you can't be anymore, don't you think?
Yeah. What is it, 35?
That's ageism. So, and we're trying to discourage from that right now.
It's not ageism. Then
maybe you have to pass some cognitive tests that don't include person, woman,
man, camera,
TV.
And then they asked you to do it again, and I said, sure. Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
And then they said, if you can do it again,
you get extra points. You get extra points. For what? What points did you get, dipshit? So I just...
That's my favorite.
What? Okay, so then just don't make it 35. You can be president at 25 then. If you say it's ageism, right? If you're 21, you can drink.
How do you feel about that?
You get married. 18, you're an adult, you can vote. Why can't you be
Terrified.
president?
Right.
Right, yeah.
We all agreed.
I feel
that's scary.
terror about Madison Cawthorn. I think even I'm like, maybe he should be a little older and not such a ding dong.
He's really got to be careful about the shit he says, because he said he rolled up to a thing and he's like, man, we need to stand up for justice in America, dude. You're in a.
He's in. Yeah. That's not a.
He's
Let's not use
elected
that.
at 25. At 25, your brain still is barely developed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you still fight a tree at 25. You'll still actually go punch out a tree in the forest.
See the video online.
He beat up a tree.
That tree had it fucking coming.
I know. You know what? That tree was an asshole. I did get that from the video, but that you don't go punch a tree. Tree couldn't hit back. It's the weirdest thing. Weird video.
He was trying to show that he was tough.
Beat up a tree.
Sometimes people
Who won?
view people in a wheelchair as being less powerful, which is super stupid.
He was in a wheelchair?
He is
guy
in
who
a
was
wheelchair.
fighting
He's
a
not
tree?
was. He is. Yeah, Madison Cawthorn. Are you paying attention at
I don't
all?
know who. I don't. What?
So Madison Cawthorn got elected to Congress, and he's 25 years old, and he's
He's now
Wait.
26. Yeah.
26. He is a douchebag. And so there's a video he posted on Instagram or whatever where he's punching a tree and the bark's coming off. It's a little tree. It's this big.
It's not a fucking oak.
Tree. No,
It's a dogwood.
It's on the ragged edge of
Where
bush.
was the camera? Are we sure that's an actual tree or just a tall
No,
person?
you should watch
just
it,
a
man.
person.
And he's beating up the tree. And you said, he's not disabled.
I'm just saying maybe he was
Didn't like
trying
100 girls sign in his college that he was a predator too, a sexual predator before he got, didn't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that is. Look it up.
But you should
Was
know
that what's
that
in it?
before you say it.
Well, we can edit it.
He was a predator in the wheelchair when he was
No.
in a wheelchair?
He got in an accident.
Just trying to get the timeline.
Danger warning. There is a running list of allegations against Madison Cawthorn. He's been accused of sexual harassment by several women.
Right. So it was several. It was not 100. It was several.
Well, it might be 100. There's a thing signed from his college. They signed that a bunch of women agreeing that they had seen or heard or been part of that. Yeah.
So and here's the funny thing to me is that we have now, I remember when I was growing up, man, there was a time when like if you had any kind of weird like sexual thing or whatever, or you were corrupt, you just didn't get elected or you were resigned.
It was
it happened after his accident.
No. Wow. They still went after the dude in the wheelchair.
It didn't take long for women on campus to start warning one another. You don't want to be left alone with him, especially in his car. BuzzFeed News spoke with more than 36 people, including more than 24 former students, their friends, relatives. They all described instances of sexual harassment and misconduct on campus, in his car, and at his house near the campus. They described him as aggressive, misogynistic, and predatory. He called them derogatory names as well, asked questions about their sex lives, grabbed them, forced them onto his lap, kissed and touched them without their consent. One of these women is now an intern for another Republican in Congress. Okay.
Yeah, so disabled people can be assholes. Of course.
That was the whole point about Special Unit. Special Unit was to show that they're not special wisdom filled people, which is they're not incapable at all. They're just like everybody else. They just get around a little different.
Just differently abled. Yeah, because I don't think you're supposed to say disabled anymore. I'm trying to keep you guys up on the lingo, and you're really not catching it.
Those extender hands that would come out.
Speaking of which, when I was in Lafayette, where my dad lives, I took a picture of the grocery store aisle sign, and it said Oriental. So that's still happening in Georgia.
Food, Oriental food.
Wow.
Wow. I think there's a lot more going on in the country. Listen, I get it. If you're Asian or whatever, and there's something that says a name that is a slur, I get it. It should be taken off. I sometimes worry that we get lost in the morass of that as opposed to dealing with the real problems of like flat out Nazis fucking killing people or the Proud Boys. I think we all need to, yes, I agree. All those words need to be taken down, but man, do we need to all rise. It's easier to deal with that and thinking you're doing something than it is to confront a bunch of Proud Boys in the street. And to everybody who, over the George Floyd thing, who did that, man, thank you for going out there. Yeah, it's pretty. I was here. I bitched from my seat.
Yeah.
But I did bitch loud. And I gave people the right information. Are you hooking this up? Is this working?
They haven't launched it yet.
Cut. But it's open, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She said she was going to open it.
This is the dumbest thing we've ever done.
Cut 2.
It's not. Welcome to Real Life at the Titus Podcast on our 500th episode.
So maybe this isn't going to go out early.
My dad
take a lot of editing.
But we're not cutting right now.
Yeah, we're going to cut right now, probably. We can just take chunks out. It's going to be like this.
Kidding.
Beep,
it's
beep,
easy.
pew. That's it.
Right now?
Yeah. Beep, beep, pew. Yeah, take that out.
What are we going to do? That's a stick 'em and shoot 'em. You're doing a stick 'em and shoot 'em.
We stole that. I stole it from Dana Carvey when he did he would do, he got it. When a joke didn't work, got to edit it. Here we go. Hello, everybody. We're back from my interview.
You were very funny. You did an interview for the Irving Theater.
I did
on Saturday.
Yep, I did.
Another plug right there.
Because everything has converged. This week we were off. Last week you were gone, and we didn't do a podcast. And then I worked.
And then I brought my dad back.
Yep.
It was his birthday, your birthday, and then my birthday on the weekend. And then he had to leave today. And then we have to get on a plane in the morning.
Yep.
And then they're like, "Wait, we need you to do press." I actually just got an email that they need you to do a radio interview at 6:30 tomorrow morning before we leave. So,
so I don't get to sleep.
That's not happening.
It'll happen. He has done them. I've seen him do them in the parking lot outside the airport. I've seen him do one in the airport with all the noise and the ladies and gentlemen, and he just went for it.
You have to, man. I'm whoring and they don't care. They're doing. I always look at it this way. Some comics get so upset about press, and then you could ask Ray. I'm not great about when you complain, but they go, and it's always like, you got to do press for Australia. It's going to be 1 a.m. in the morning after your
idea. Let's make one of these for Titus. And you just have responses.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks
my
for
dad
having
was
me
got a
on,
show
guys.
coming
My
up
dad
soon.
drunk a lot. My dad was drank a lot. Did you do a couple jokes program, like 3 jokes?
Jokes in there.
Yeah,
That
got to
would
be
be
because you got to be
awesome.
funny. I always sometimes I used to hear comics get interviewed on the radio. And they wouldn't be funny. And I go, why aren't you being funny? And they go, I don't want to burn my jokes. They go, no one's going to care, man. You want people to buy tickets.
Yeah.
Why?
And sometimes it's only those people that are they're watching that morning show.
Yeah.
They're not the same people that are gonna go to the show.
Also, it's not your whole show. They heard one joke that they liked enough to buy a ticket. They're going to hear it again and go, "Oh, that's what he did on the
Right.
radio."
I've
today.
seen
I
that
love
happen too, where people in the audience, they'll hit
Like a movie
they'll hit
trailer.
their hand like,
You
I
see a
saw that.
little
That was a
bit.
joke he did. Exactly.
Speaking of which, this episode is brought to you today by Molecule. I am.
Do you like breathing?
Yeah. Then buy it.
There you go.
Next.
Yeah, next. Yeah.
I have been loving this because my sister went and bought because her new husband has what is she? A Mastiff? It's a
Mastiff, yeah. Big dog.
Lola rescue
Sweet dog.
The sweetest dog on the planet. My sister is 100% allergic to her. And so I told her about Molecule and she instantly went and bought the big one and the little one. She wasn't playing around and she loves it. And they just sent me an email that in some laboratory test that Molecule kills COVID. And so I've been forwarding those to my sister because she's a Republican. She's going to need it.
She already has needed it.
Yeah.
But
So
she'll
wait-
need it again.
So yeah, the true valid. So the filter is so intense because it's a different kind. It's not HEPA filter. It's
So wait,
PCAP.
they've always Pico. So they've always said that
Every time you say that, I think of salsa.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
well, Pico.
By the way, they run air through salsa, and and it kills everything.
you're close.
the spices in it
Yeah,
really
that's fine,
kill.
exactly.
The Pica is cut shirts. This is Pico photo electrochemical.
If Molecule could make masks with their filters in
You
there,
think they would?
man.
Yeah.
That
It's
would
not
be
a filter.
sweet.
It's they're actually zapping. It's
like-
yeah,
yeah.
it's yeah.
Electrochemicals.
Ow. Never sick. Boy.
Oxidation. But so they've always said that they destroy viruses, but now they have met the performance criteria in FDA guidance for use during COVID-19. They help reduce risk of exposure to viruses in the home or workplace, which we need now. And so this is kind of a big deal. And a lot of hospitals are using them in all of their hospital rooms and stuff like that now. I just think that's
How are her
pretty
allergies?
awesome.
since
Oh,
you
she's
had it?
been so much better.
Really?
Yeah.
This is what you're going to do for the clubs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You have to install a molecule at
everybody
every club.
breathe into your molecule. You got to breathe. That'd be great. I'd make them a lot of money.
We need them all over the house.
We do. We got to order the little one.
We need one for Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We need one in here.
I'll say this again and again. So it works. We know it works. We know the filterings work. But as machinery, as a guy who likes things that work, a guy who expects when he pays money for something to have it run. And I saw it last night. I was opening the door because it's right by our bedroom door, and it's always running. It's been running constantly for 3 years now. Is it 3 years since we moved out of La Rampa?
At least, yeah.
It's constantly, nonstop for 3 years. So when you buy it, know you're getting a quality piece of equipment. That's what I like about it. I again, that it does what it does. I love that it does what it does, but that it runs and we haven't had to replace it.
Instead of catching the stuff on the filter, it destroys it. So it kills. I can't say it'll stop your allergies, but I will tell you that when you are in a space that molecule is, you won't notice your allergies.
Helped
it
yours
is
a lot.
amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. But I have to leave that space and go out in the world, and that's the hardest thing. But that's why we keep it where we sleep.
Let me
But
get you a molecule backpack. With
do you
a
mind
thing.
Yeah, with
with
like
a
a-
face
like a
mask? I would love that.
You're like she's like banging all the time. Well, good morning. Welcome to the Titus Podcast.
Also, global
Cures
pollution, chemicals gassing off.
Your
from your
Armageddon
paint,
update was quite
carpet.
insightful.
I would still be an asshole. You can't make me. You can't make me nice just because I'm.
You know who
Bane.
Bane is?
Yeah,
He wasn't nice.
he's-
He was in the Batman
Oh,
movies.
sure.
Go
Okay.
to Molecule.
Yeah, molecule
With a
Batman.
K.
You can't kill me with some kind of virus because I have a molecule mask.
Is he the guy with the pecs? Is that the guy?
Yeah, he was real.
Yeah, I remember
The guy
that.
with the pecs.
That I
kind of
remember.
That's how she knows every movie.
I remember his pecs.
And, like
It could have
when
been
we brought up
Batman.
Godfather 3, she goes, Andy Garcia, the guy without the pecs. And I said,
Yeah.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
He was the Italian guy. The Italian guy.
She's all peck based. Her entire.
Yeah. Pacino had tiny pecs in that movie, little bitty tiny pecs. He was thin, and the first one was good.
He had little bitty.
We fell apart by the third one, but you can't win them all.
Tiny pecs.
He had lady pecs by the third one.
Lady pecs. Yeah, he did. They're also called teats.
How do we get Molecule?
I was going to tell you something, but you guys keep interrupting me.
From
so they have the
Gotham.
Air, which is what we have in our bedroom, up to 600 square feet. The Air Mini, it's smaller rooms, like up to 250. The Air Mini Plus, the Air Pro, which is up to 1,000 feet. The Air Pro RX, and that's the one that got the medical device clearance for medical purposes. So go check this out. My sister got the Pro and the regular one. She got the big Mama Jammas. So for a limited time, you can save up to $120 on Molecule air purifiers by visit. I know it's yay!
Yay! Oh, come on, man. Well, nice to know we have a producer when we do get off of the radio gig.
I think that was a relevant.
It was
sound
relevant.
effect,
Totally worked
though.
out.
Okay, some of them weren't so good. Molecule.com.
Samples of-
That's MOLEKULE.com. Use promo code Titus120. Enjoy free shipping and a 30-day at-home trial on your order. That's promo code Titus120 at molecule.com.
Molecule. I'm trying to get them because when they try to spell it, very nice on the edge.
Good job.
I didn't think they were going to stop.
It just kept going.
I was like, oh
And
no.
then it stops abruptly.
Titus is going to be pissed because the button is stuck. Okay.
So they're getting people. Here's what I don't get about the January 6th thing. And first of all, Mike Pence. I don't know how do you salvage coming back and running for president in 2024? We had the video technology at the time. We had cameras. We have real world data on.
Because he's just convincing the idiots again. The same thing he did the first time.
Are you saying Trump?
You're talking about Trump, right?
You're talking about
Trump
Pence.
saying Trump had said a couple things this week that are weird. He said, he goes, running, he goes, I hope so. He goes, you never know when something can happen, with your health or something like that.
No, he still thinks he's playing hard to get and being coy. He's running. He's already done exploratory committee. He's running. It's done. He's running.
How do you run?
Pence thinking that he
he's
can
holding
primary
rallies.
Trump, is
But how the
sad. I mean, all the people that loved Pence, and Pence, my grandma, Pence was like a Republican god, and then Trump started trashing him and saying he was the reason the election didn't go the way it should have. He's lost all those fanatical people. It's done.
Not only that, but as I said in the Armageddon update, they were like, he was like, it was tragic. It was a bad day. Dude, we played it for you. They were screaming, hang Mike Pence.
That's uncomfortable.
That's your exploratory committee.
That's a bad day
that's
when
your
a group
exploratory
wants to kill you.
that voted for you.
So that's a bad
Yeah,
day.
the group that voted for your side wants to hang you.
We have video of you being rushed down the stairwell with your wife. It's like, and you're going
but
like
what
that.
is what is the okay? So I'm delusional. I'm a comedian.
Yes.
I'm delusional. I get it.
Correct.
My level of delusion is that's Olympic level delusion where you're like, you know what? I think I'm going to explore if I can run for president. They were screaming to hang Mike Pence. You know what though? I think there's still a shot. I think there's a shot with my
I think
people.
I can lead them.
I think that all I got to do is convince them not to hang me.
Someone signed us up on the Titus Podcast at Gmail for Trump campaign
I did.
contribution emails. Oh, you did? I thought
did.
someone did for you.
No, because
I
of
love them.
because
I
of
think they
tickets.
are stellar.
And they're hilarious, yes.
Oh, that was when you signed up for yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So Junior just sent an email. I showed it to my dad. President Donald Trump, save America. President Trump has just created a Trump football, which he has had signed by football legend Herschel Walker. And if you act now, if you've any amount of campaign contribution, you don't get the Trump football. Because what? Signed by Herschel Walker. What? You don't get it, but you will be entered to win if you give any dollar amount at this point. One football. All you entered to win.
That's the grand prize?
Yeah, that was the grand prize.
Is it football?
With the signed Herschel Walker football.
It's a Trump
which you
football.
could call up any collectible store and go, you got a Herschel Walker football?
$40.
Yeah, $45. Yeah, there
But
you go.
also,
Exactly.
because when you think of football, you always think of
Donald
footballs.
Trump. You think of his years when he was, was he the best running back I think we've ever had, Donald Trump?
Oh, yeah.
He's the best.
Excuse me.
He's the best
He
fat
pioneered
back.
the butt pads.
The best fat back we've ever had. He's not a running back.
What position do you play? I play fat back.
That's it. Amazing, though. I mean, it's embarrassing to me, but they aren't embarrassed, and the people getting the emails aren't embarrassed, and that's what's embarrassing.
But they're not embarrassed about anything. It's like
pay-per-view.
You have but let's go down the whole thing. You won't take a vaccine. Vaccines have been used for over 100 years now. You won't take it, and you're yelling at some guy today from California screaming into video in his car. He goes, my kids can't go to school because they get vaccine. Fuck! Then move.
They don't trust that, but they trust the QVC type, sales rep instead of scientists.
That's because QVC specializes in spandex.
They don't know what's in it.
I know because I ran a QVC and Amway call center in the Ticketmaster.
Did you?
Building.
What?
Yeah. So
Wow.
I thought they were like.
Speaking of being a grifter, I was 19 years old, and I would always get promoted at every job I got. I just can talk my way into a promotion.
And
I
you're
had
also
no idea
easy
what
to
I
look
was
at.
doing.
There's a lot of people in the next division go, who's that?
Think about now
Let's
thinking
give her
about
promote her from
19 years
phones
old,
to-
though. You're going to put a 19-year-old in charge of
Wow.
No.
So you would sell anything. You would say anything.
So I started on the call center floor. I was in college, and it was like, at that time, it was a lot of money hourly. I forget what it was, but nobody was offering that kind of money. So I figured I should work. So I went and got that job. And then within like the first, I think, 4 weeks, I got promoted to management.
Hi, I'd like to get this. What do you call that, spandex?
Well,
They look
then
really
I
good.
got
How much?
promoted from ticketing to my own division, Amway and QVC. So I sometimes, for fun and also to demonstrate to my people how to properly take a call, I would sit and take the calls in the orders, and it was fantastic. It was all...
What are some of the rules of grifting people?
There's no rules. You really get your products in 3 easy payments of $19.95
There you go.
plus $6.95 shipping and handling. But
Each time.
one of the
Right.
things I did really really was impressed upon me was
Showed them your boobs.
we had in all the clothes on QVC, the clothing, we had the majority of stock was 1X, 2X, 3X, 4X, 5X, and 6X. And that was one of the things I noticed. Also,
There's a 6X.
they love fake jewels. So QVC will
Not a lot of
stick
mediums.
those on some flats, some shoes, some hair pieces, and those go like hotcakes. We'd be sold out instantly of those.
Hi, my wife, my anniversary's coming up, and I would like to get her. I saw that little beret you had for your hair with the Sikorsky, with the Sikorsky, whatever, the crystals on them.
Swastika.
Yeah,
Is that how you say it?
Sikorsky crystals. Yes, thank you, Bobby. It was my cousin Bobby. He's over. It was his idea to get her this stuff. Anyway, so
Ask for the football.
no, man, the Herschel Walker football. We're registered to win it, man. It's like the lotto. So, can you send us one? I saw on the TV there's only 7 left.
There's a guy
By
named
the way,
Truck Nuts.
But the fake, I think the fake scarcity on QVC would always make me laugh.
Oh, that shit sold out. It sold
only
out.
100 left.
It sold out. It's not fake. We didn't fake the numbers. It was real.
Oh, the countdown wasn't.
If it's live, I wasn't part of the
should have been, though.
presentation, but if it's live, they're getting updates on stock, and that's why sometimes the people will celebrate because their product. But yeah, that stuff sells.
So
out.
Pfizer and Moderna, they should have like a QVC.
Yeah, that's the way
and
to
have
do
a
it.
countdown. Guys, we only have this many
You know what's
doses
weird?
left.
I just fucking you just solved the vaccine problem because
dear.
no,
Mix it in,
it's
get it in
free.
there.
Fuck you, I'm free. Fuck you. It's like free tickets to a comedy club.
Plus shipping and handling.
You go like this. No, the vaccine's $1,000. You want to survive? It's $1,000. You have lines around the block.
We don't have enough for you. You can't have it.
Yeah,
That's
whoa,
what they need to
whoa,
start
no,
doing.
Like bedazzle, like the lid on it.
You
and-
just solved it.
Free
know what I'm saying?
spandex pants.
You just saw it. How stupid are
Spandex
people?
pants were huge, and
Yes.
I mean huge and huge
Yeah,
on that. People loved spandex pants and jeweled flats. I mean, all day long.
But you just described everybody I saw in Walmart. Spandex pants and jeweled flats.
Have you ever been to a Walmart?
I have. I
When?
walked through. Well, I've been to an LA
I walked
Walmart.
through that one time.
Yeah, I walked through. Every once in a while I'm on the road, because they're open late. You can go and get, they have the grocery side, and we've walked through.
Somewhere recently, you went in to get tortilla chips.
And it's stunning. It's
Where
stunning.
was
You're just stunned.
Yeah.
You're like, the price is quite good, but also you're stunned.
the prices are amazing.
Yeah, but you're like, wow, you're in here this late, and you left the house in that. It's not a joke. Like, people show up at Walmart and I almost think, are you guys trying to get on the internet?
Right.
You know, some people like,
are you trying to be a meme?
Yeah, have you made an effort to do this, right?
Never any scooters at the front door. They're
No.
always checked out.
Yeah.
There's plugs for them, but they're always gone.
Target has the same thing too. I was in a Target recently. Man, I think I might have brought this up. There was a woman. She was as big as this table. She was happy. She was on a scooter, and her husband, who was a skinny man next to her, and then 2 kids. And she was just like, you know, we got to get later. We got to get over to the ice cream aisle. No, you don't. You don't
How
need
is
to
she
go.
sashaying on a scooter?
See whether she was staring at. She was zigzagging. She was all Steve.
sassy?
Excited for the ice
sassy,
cream.
all Steve
Yeah.
McQueen,
Okay.
shaking it. She was shaking it. We
I
call
like
it.
it. Oh, that's how you shake it in a scooter?
That's what they should do. They
You
should
just-
actually block the scooters. You know when you try to push a cart out of Whole
Is
Foods?
that-
Yeah.
That's the equivalent. That's scooter twerking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Clapping her ass cheeks. Is that?
Squirking, we call it. We call it squirking. She's squirking. So they shouldn't. You know when you try to push your cart out of Whole Foods and it locks the wheels up. It's
Yeah.
got a lock on it. They should do that.
That's
for,
only if you're
like-
trying to steal the cart.
Right.
What
I
are you
know, but
doing?
I'm saying
Yeah,
they should lay
stealing
that
the
in
cart.
the. Shut up, man! That was a point.
We
when
don't need enough
I
stuff
was
here at the
close
shop.
enough. No, I'm not bringing. I'm stealing
He's
the cart.
taxing them for their prices.
I'm just saying,
Putting tires
if you
in
could
it.
put that same lock thing around all the like the candy aisle, the ice cream aisle, and the cake aisle for scooters. You can't like it would just scooters.
Oh, yeah.
It would just dump just people on the edge of the falling off the scooter because it threw them over their handlebars, and they're just
we'd
slowly
have mass.
crawling.
We think
towards the
January
ice
6th
cream.
was bad. That would be.
Baby, you're skinny. You got to go ahead and get the ice cream for me. Scooter won't go. It's a good
Somebody
idea
sneak in.
Why would we do that?
to help those people
Oh my god.
so they can be healthy.
This
Come on,
is
Ray. Have a heart.
inappropriate, both of you. You
What
both-
inappropriate?
Theirs is running out,
When
so
did
you need to have a
become the wokest person we've ever
I
had?
have to be on this podcast. You need me. I'm not at home, but here you need me.
I would like someone to explain to me because we were talking about this the other day. Is like it take your dad because your father was with us for the week, and your father is man. He doesn't have a filter. I think what age? What is your dad? 78.
My dad never, although
70
it has gotten worse. 79.
So at about 75, total no filter at all, just absolutely zero. And you were somewhere, and a woman walked in, a very large woman, and he went, "Holy cow!" Like,
Oh, no.
that loud.
Oh, wow.
No, it was at my sister's wedding. Is
right.
that the
Oh,
one?
that. Yeah.
My dad had back surgery, and so
Squirking
he's
in.
slowly bending over. He's in pain all the time, so he's turned into an old man. He's got a shuffle. And I was walking him back to his hotel room the weekend of my sister's wedding, and there was another wedding party, and the bridesmaid in her bridesmaid's dress, very large woman, was coming towards us, and my dad's got his head down and he's getting it. He's shuffling, and I got
Motoring.
his other arm, and he turns. She's right there, and he just goes, "Holy cow!" Stares at her from like 2 inches away, and then takes off again. I was like,
Did she hear him?
yes, he said it to her face. I
Yeah.
said,
Oh,
I
did
got
she
him
hear
in
him?
the
No, he was this close
elevator.
to her.
It just came out of him. And I said, Dad, you have got to start controlling what comes out of your mouth. But he didn't. He, as we learned this weekend, things just come out.
I feel for him. It seems to me like it's a lot of work to get that big. It's how hard
I can't do this. This episode,
What?
speaking of your health,
All right.
is brought to you by Ritual.com.
I was edited.
That was
I got
Right.
edited
In real time. You got,
Hey, beep, beep, snip, snip.
Titus out.
We love Ritual. We take Ritual vitamins. We love that they come to our doorstep. I love that they have natural oil in them, the peppermint oil. I love that. I love that you don't pee it out. I love that the supply chain is traceable. You can even see inside the capsule. They also do excellent protein powder.
And in my whole life, I've always kept the vitamins down in the kitchen. And I did that with Ritual for a long time, and I was missing it. I would get ready in the bedroom, get ready, and I'd come to work.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
So easy to
crap.
forget. Yeah.
So I moved it all. All my vitamins are now on the counter in the bathroom. So because I don't want to miss my Ritual. I like it, and they taste good.
Yeah, they do. That's what I love
They're
about
peppermint-y.
it. The peppermint. The protein powder is vegan, and I've talked about this before. It tastes good, which is not always the case with a lot of protein powders, especially vegan ones. And same thing, the one-of-a-kind visible supply chain. You know what you're getting. The vanilla is Excellente. You can choose for your life stage if you're postpartum or you're 18 and up, you're 50 and up. It's just a great It's a great product.
Didn't have to point at me. Didn't have to.
20 grams of pea
Oh, my
protein
God.
plus a complete amino acid profile made with essential choline to help fill common dietary gaps. It's
So-
really good. Non-GMO ingredients, gluten-free, soy-free.
So you read the stuff that you're supposed to read. Let me explain.
Okay.
I usually double my dose of Ritual. When I go to bed, I wake up the next day and I feel better. Like sometimes I wake up a little bit like.
You mean you take 2,
Take 2, yeah.
but that's what you're supposed to take.
Oh, so I take the normal dose. So when I was taking 1, I was taking 1 and it wasn't. But I take 2 now and I'm like this. I wake up in the morning like this. Bing.
You guys are like Cletus and Bobby. You
Jack.
both. I don't even, because he's looking at you doing this. I don't know.
Well, why didn't you just make 2 1? Why don't you just take the 2?
Just squish them together.
Yeah, squish them together or make a bigger vitamin. Maybe that's all you do. Make a vitamin that look like that. Then you only need to take 1 a week. There you go.
No.
You could chew it.
Cletus and Bobby not taking a lot of vitamins
Put
or
it in the
protein
jerky.
powder. I take it. No jerky.
Protein
No.
powder is awesome. Their protein powder
It is
awesome.
excellent. So why not shake up your Ritual to make something new, less scary? Ritual offers a money-back guarantee if you're not 100% in love. Plus, listeners get 10% off during your first 3 months. So just visit ritual.com/Titus to add your essential protein today. That's ritual.com/Titus. And you can sign up and it gets delivered, and you can pause if you're not finished with it yet, or you can pick a different date. It's just a great website, great company.
I wonder if, because by the way, it is great. We have gotten so used to getting stuff online and having it delivered every month that I wonder what's going to happen to these stores. You're going to be able to buy a storefront to live in a couple of years for nothing. This is my apartment. It used to be a Forever 21. I live here now. Great
big my house is. Used to be a
great view
Walmart.
out the front.
Yeah.
Great.
I can't go into this section here. There's some reason.
Yeah,
it
the
blocks
microwave's
off.
next to the cash register. We don't use it. The cash register. Don't you think so? All these brick and mortar stores are going to disappear. It's going to be gone.
Yeah, it does seem like it. We're definitely replacing human beings everywhere. It's weird.
Feels weird.
It's like even in factories, they have machines that make stuff. It's everywhere. Although I do feel like, today I took my dad to the airport and I was on my way back and I was using auto drive because there was traffic and my car said confirm lane change and I was in carpool lane illegally. And
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I don't have my clean air sticker.
Doesn't matter. They kind of stopped that. If you're in a Tesla, they just let you go.
Well, that's what I was going to say when I got pulled over. You've thought the same thing.
Oh yeah, I've worked it out.
So it said confirm lane change, and the blinker started clicking to the left, and it was a wall.
the wall?
Yeah. To the window.
To the wall.
To the sweat drips off my balls. Oh, you bitches. No. So I canceled auto drive and I drove home. So you can't
Good for you.
completely
Glad you made it.
replace people.
Well, you have to turn. If you had navigation on, did you have navigation on?
yeah.
Okay, so there's 2 things you have to click. So navigation's on, and I always click off autopilot. If you click off autopilot, it'll still follow navigation, but it'll tell you as instead of doing it. I don't trust it enough yet to go. I'll let it drive like on a long highway, or I'll let it drive, but I will not let it get off the freeway. I will not let it go. Anybody who does, you're a moron.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine but I also thought of this. So imagine the computing power of a Tesla. The human brain, how much shit how incredible are our brains that we're dealing with?
Some of us.
Some of us, that's right. With 16 or 17 different vehicles coming at you, and you're seeing them all and making a decision.
Yeah.
And Tesla, I mean, they've worked for 15 years now to get that right, and we're still smarter. Most of us, not even most of us,
And how, like,
half of us,
infamously-
less than half of us, 10% of us are smart.
The Waze app, well, we know that this puts you on the worst turn left. Oh, I'm going to turn left on this fucking four
yeah,
lane
and no stop.
highway.
Yeah.
Waze, because here's what happened. I called this. When Waze first came out, it was the best app in the world. Waze, you would put it in, and it would take you a place where there was nobody.
Yeah.
And then everybody got Waze.
Yeah.
Now it takes everybody down that road, and the place that Waze doesn't take you is now clear, so I take that way.
And now it's like, I'd like to go here. Go. Are you sure you want to go there? Yes. Start the drive? Yes.
Now?
You still sure? Yes. Jesus Christ. Turn left on this.
Okay. Stop! Wait! I said yes 4 times. Do me a favor. List our gigs this week. So we do St. Louis first.
You guys can finish without me. I have to go to the doctor. We have Thursday, St. Louis, Helium. Friday, Boondocks, Springfield, Illinois. Saturday, Irving Theater in Indianapolis. And then next week on Wednesday, Charlotte, Booth Playhouse. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Raleigh Improv.
Raleigh Improv. We'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up today.
You have a Flappers gig coming up. We finally have Portland coming up the first weekend in November. There's a lot of gigs that we're like, oh, finally. Madison, Barrymore Theater in December is on sale. We're closing out the whole year at Minneapolis Pantages. We have some new ones like Oshkosh, Wisconsin. So Milwaukee. I mean, we have so many. So go to ChristopherTitus.com/tour.
Also, to get the new shirts, guys, the new tour shirt. And also, you'll be walking through Walmart with it says on the back, now let's invent a vaccine for stupid. And it's so, as someone else pointed out, you don't know if you took the vaccine, you're stupid, or if you didn't take the vaccine, you're stupid. So you can actually switch it. You don't have to get in a fight. For myself, the lovely Bombshell. No, we're good. Just say goodbye. For myself, the lovely...
What's the song?
The lovely Bombshell, right? And the Hylinder. Later.
It's a QVC ad.
Peace out. What do you want for him today?
Oh my, I don't even know. I think disco. We should go disco. Oh wait, techno. I got it.
Hylinder, Titus Podcast, Titus Podcast, Titus.